Hey guys, good morning. Come with me to wash my dishes like always, every day, all day. As you know, the number one thing I do every day before anything and after nothing is put my coffee on. Sometimes I drink instant, sometimes it's brewed. Today it's brewed because I ran out of instant, but And guys, I'm not sure if it's just me or I'm just getting to that age, but don't you just randomly do something or some chore and out of nowhere you just get these old memories or you start reminiscing or just thinking about stuff when you were little and how you grew up. And I don't know, I'm always getting these little moments in the day where this happens. Like today I woke up and I'm doing dishes and I do this every single day and that's fine. But today I was just washing dishes and I just randomly looked over at my teenager and she's over there having a good time. It's summertime. She's playing Fortnite and I didn't think anything of it. And then I remembered my childhood and I'm like, I would have loved to sit there and play Fortnite and watch Netflix and watch YouTube, but I remember just being like 7 or 8 and my mom just said, you know what, you're old enough to wash dishes, go wash the dishes. And if you ever had an 8-year-old or 9-year-old try to wash your dishes, it's not very good, really, ever, because they're 8 or 9. They don't know what they're looking at. And I just remember my mom just being so angry and, oh, wow, these aren't good. And honestly got my butt whooped for it. But looking back now, I'm like, why would she ever think that an 8 or 9-year-old could wash dishes? I wouldn't even think my 8 or 9-year-old could have washed dishes at the time. Now she's older and she still doesn't do them right, and that's fine. But just as a reminder, if you're a mom with kids of that age or you got a teenager, just to remember to not go hard on them because nobody is born knowing everything. And it's unrealistic to expect them to know so much at that age that they are. And I just feel like sometimes, not just my mom, but other moms, sometimes they hold their kids to the same standards that they were held to, even though you know what it felt like to not meet those standards. I don't know if that makes sense. And it's a story for another time. My childhood was not great. It was far from it. It was kind of shitty, to be honest. But, just focusing on the day to day stuff, I think that a lot of people, you know, they want to give their kids the best life and they give it to them and they give them all the things that they didn't have. And then they turn around and throw it in their face, like, well, I didn't have that and you should be so lucky. And sometimes we forget that that was the whole point. That's the whole point of letting them have all these things because you didn't have them. And it's unfair to then throw it back in their face and tell them how ungrateful they are when that's all they've ever known. And you should be glad to have gave them that. You should be glad that they don't have to go through what you went through. And do not get me wrong, I am not a perfect parent. I have caught myself doing it from time to time, like, oh, I didn't have that. But then, I try to talk to my kids and I try to let them know. And most importantly, I don't tell them how ungrateful they are or how they have these things. Instead, I just let them know of my childhood. My teen puts two and two together. I just tell her stories of my upbringing, of what I went through with my mom and of all these things. And she herself then starts to say, like, oh man, you didn't have this. And oh, well, then I'm glad you gave me this. And I'm glad I get to do this. And I'm glad that you are the way you are. And I'm just like, yeah, because I went through a lot of stuff that I wouldn't want her to go through. And I'll always say, you are my baby. And I could never have gone through what I went through and then want to impose that on you. Because I don't know, I'm obviously an adult and older, but I still remember what it feels like. And I still remember how hurt you get, and I know what it's like to be in those situations. And I don't want to put my own child through them. But yeah, you see what I mean? I'm washing dishes and now I'm sitting here telling you guys this whole reflecting story I had this morning. I don't know. But anyways, tomorrow's the launch of the World Cup and I'm excited. I'm gonna get to go to my in-laws and today I gotta go buy the fajita and all the ingredients. Gonna make some pico de gallo, you know what I mean? And you know what? I'm really excited to eat some flour tortillas. I've been holding off on them because I've been trying to watch my weight. You know how that goes. And it's hard, but you gotta balance. I might go 3 or 4 days where I eat really healthy and I feel good about it and I'm proud. And then I have these two couple of days where I just, let go and look like crap. Hey, but that's fine. Balance is okay. You don't want to over deprive yourself and then splurge a little bit, eat a little bit, and then feel shitty for days afterwards. Please don't do that. It's okay. One or 2 days is not going to undo your progress of days or weeks or months that you've been doing what you're doing. You know what? And if you hear my kids screaming in the background, just yeah, just do what I do and ignore it. They're fine. The only time anything is ever a problem in my household is if I don't hear screaming or crying, because that means they got into something they're not supposed to be in, and they're being suspicious and sneaky, and then I gotta go grab them. Hey, but it comes with the territory. I got a 14-year-old, I got a 4-year-old, I got a 3-year-old, and I got a 1-year-old. There is gonna be a lot of screaming and crying. And that's fine. You just let them do what they do. There's no point in trying to make them be quiet. There's no point in trying to, I never understood putting them in timeout when they're crying, because that's just going to make them cry even worse. You just got to let them get it out of their system. For God's sakes, they're children. If I, at my age, cannot handle the emotion and stress of all day, every day without breaking down sometimes, I definitely don't expect them to either. But honestly, that's just me. At this point, I'm used to it. It's fine. I am a stay-at-home mom. We are home all day. So they're going to fight with each other. They're going to play with each other. Just, we take it like a roller coaster. There's ups and downs, and that's fine. And I know y'all probably getting tired of me rambling about now. So I'll find some cute little background noise to put on now while I finish the rest of my crusty sink. And I do scrub it, as you can see, okay? It's just staying like that. We might end up replacing it soon.